Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I am so very excited for another episode of Women Who Win. I'm trying to navigate through my broadcast studio and sharing the video on Facebook. So if you guys don't mind to go ahead and share the video, I have one of my friends and sisters here with me tonight that I'm so very excited to have with me. I'm going to pull up her bio, um, and then I'm gonna introduce her to you as my friend. So I thought I already had the bio up, but I want to actually read what she wrote. So give me a moment. And as I am doing this, if you guys would go ahead and say hello, um, put some hearts in, give some encouragement for my sister who decided to say yes to me tonight. She was a little nervous, but you're gonna see when I bring her on the screen, she looked drop dead gorgeous. I don't see what she was afraid for. But here we go. I got the bio up. So I'm going to read her bio, then I'm going to tell you my story as I bring her on the screen. So Quisha Monique Dreher, better known as Q, is the proud owner of Parker J Studios and My Massage LLC. Quisha has been married to Joe Dreher for 6 years. They are the proud parents of their 5-year-old son Jaden and their 1-year-old daughter Parker. Together, Joe and Quisha have 5 children and 1 grandchild. They are a truly loving blended family. Quisha has been a licensed massage therapist in South Carolina for over 10 years. She has a real passion for massage therapy, wellness, health, and she specializes in several modalities of massage. She customizes her massage sessions to your individual needs. She has a very professional and caring presence. Quisha believes that all bodies deserve a safe, judgment free space to relax and heal. So, um, and we will be, I didn't promote the giveaway, but there will be a giveaway to My Massage LLC. So we will get those details on that later. So, hey, Q.
Hello.
Hello. So we have some ladies that have joined. Brandy, Charlotte,
Hi.
Tiffany, Krista. You have some people here supporting you. Thank you guys for joining in. So I'm trying to bring some of those comments up on the screen so you can you can see all of the love that has shown up here to support her tonight. And so my story about you and I met, I think it was it was either 2011 or 2012. I think it really was 2011. Through Zumba. Um, and a funny story, I can't remember if I told her this part, but a friend of mine was working at the time it was Rush, it's now Gold's Gym. And so we decided to go try the Zumba class that Saturday. And Q was teaching. So we had never been to one of her classes, but had taken Zumba before, and either like the first or second song, she breaks out with Soldier Boy. And we're looking like, we ain't even warmed up yet. Why she got us leaping across this floor? This is not a warm up. She got us Soldier Boy leaping on the first song. What is the problem? Nevertheless, the class was amazing. And just I kept coming and kept coming. So we connected as friends and sisters. And when I decided to go get my Zumba license in 2012, Q mentored me along with several other instructors that were students turned instructors under her class. So we were just we had a little crew. So it didn't, we took a road trip one day just because Q said somebody was in town and we needed to go to Zumba. So wherever we needed to go to get into the next Zumba class, we loaded up. We and we had as she and I were talking about how great the sisterhood was that we had with those ladies as we develop. So, hey, Q, how are you doing?
Hi. You remember the soldier voice?
Honey, when you broke out with that, I'm like, me and her looked at each other like, is this a woman on the sofa boy? Like, you want us really to leap across this floor for the warm up?
That
Yes,
was
so
2011. So that was the song then.
yeah, it was because I got my license in 2012, so it had to be 2011. Um,
2011.
yes, Brandy, she had us leaping on the soldier boy. So the fast zoomer that you know I like now, you can blame Q for that. She was part of that. So I want to kick off the conversation with you've been one of the people that have had to shut down your business because of COVID-19, and you just were able to reopen this week. So as a massage therapist, you've been closed for several weeks, now able to reopen. How has that been? How was the moments of being closed, and how has it been going back in such a close contact business?
Well, I made the very difficult decision to close on March 20th.
Mm,
And it was a very tough decision because at that time it wasn't quite mandatory yet.
mm-hmm,
And so I was close for 8 weeks basically.
mm,
And that was pretty tough. Um, just figuring out what to do with myself. I'm a very busy person. What am I going to do with my business? I
mm-hmm,
just acquired this building
mm-hmm.
a year ago. It was very, very, very hard.
Yeah.
However, this week, my clients have definitely been amazing. They have encouraged me. They are following all the guidelines that I laid out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think I'm crazy for all the extra precautions. Actually,
Yes.
I had a client today tell me, she said, I love that you're a germphobe, and I mean that in a good way. So she felt confident and safe coming to me, knowing that I went above and beyond what was required.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has been really great. They come
Yeah.
in ready to follow the rules. They're like, what do you need me to do? I'm going to wash my hands. I have my mask. So I've
Yeah.
appreciated that so much.
Yeah.
So much. But definitely, you still think about what's happening in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand there is a pandemic. I do understand, people are dying from this. I do understand we don't know a lot about it. Every day there's something different.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their opinions about masks. Everyone has their opinions about the virus. Is it real?
Right.
So many different things. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I had to make the decision, another tough decision to return.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared myself.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me approximately 15 and a half minutes. I timed it a couple times to clean between each client. So I have like a 30-minute block.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that I touch every surface that I touch.
Right.
I already did that, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
more conscious of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it a little bit more over the top, extra cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
and just making sure I provide the safe environment for myself and for my
Yeah.
client.
Yeah, because I mean, you're leaving there and coming home to your husband and children. So,
Yeah.
it's more of the cleansing preparation and the mental preparation for entering back into that. So, I like I was telling you, for those that have had the luxury or the continual luxury of being able to work from home and still get income, it's difficult to say what you would do or would not do for a person where your primary business had to close for an extended period of time. And, we've heard the horror stories about unemployment, people not being able to get through or taking forever, so um, continue prayers for your safety for that. But
Thank
I'm glad
you.
that you're able to resume business at some level. I know you're not at full force yet, but
No,
so
I started out, just doing three days a week. with
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 clients a day to get
Okay.
myself back in a good routine.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure that I keep it closed right now just to my current clients that I've seen
Mm-hmm.
for years that have
Mm-hmm.
been very dedicated, making sure that I give myself time to clean and do all the extra.
Right. Right.
Really, in our industry, we did these things already, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just taking it the extra step, wearing the mask. I'm wearing safety glasses, just changing every little thing between clients. Now I'm washing things every day as opposed to having the luxurious laundry service. They don't
Yeah.
wash your blankets for you. They do sheets and towels, but not blankets. But it's okay. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
it takes
For safety.
for safety. A lot of people probably question a lot of small business owners as to why did you go back? Why you're not just happy with unemployment? Why didn't you apply for the SBA loan? Why didn't you apply for the payroll protection, the
Mm-hmm.
PPP? Tammy, I applied for everything.
Wow.
Starting on the 23rd, it felt like a full-time job at home on the computer. Now my son who's in kindergarten has been homeschooled. My
Mm.
1-year-old is home, trying to call creditors to get extensions or see what other programs are available.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for the SBA loan on 3/23. Then on 3/30, we got, oh no, they've changed the application process. To
Mm.
do a quick application that they were going to give up to $10,000. No.
Mm.
What a lot of people don't understand, I have an LLC. So I am a single member LLC.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in my profession, nail techs, hairstylists, they are sole proprietors or a single member LLC.
Right.
So that EIDL loan that came from the SBA
Mm-hmm.
provided you $1,000 grant per employee.
Mm.
So if you're just one, you get
Right.
$1,000. Well,
Right.
I didn't even get the advance. Like I still have not received the advance. Um, so that
Yeah.
was pretty sad. The
Yeah.
PPP loan, which is a payroll protection, I don't have a payroll.
Yeah.
I do pay myself. I do that. However, I applied and still haven't heard anything back. They branched those out to banks at this time
Mm-hmm.
and smaller funding,
Mm-hmm.
and I just haven't received it. People that apply after me have. I can't tell you rhyme
Wow.
or reason. So,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
then there's the pandemic unemployment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the sad thing about that is that I've heard so many people say, oh, people are making more money on pandemic unemployment than they are, and that's why they don't want to go to work.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately,
That's not
I wish
everybody's
that was
story.
true because then I wouldn't be at work. But
Right.
no, it is not true.
Yeah.
Actually, most everyone I know that is self-employed, just in case if someone didn't know, I applied for that on 3/29. I did not get approval until 4/26. I
Mm.
was approved for $131 a week. So that is all of the self-employed people got $131 a week on top of the 600. So you did get the 600 and the 131.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do want to go ahead and take those taxes out. So you go ahead and say yes, take out taxes for state and federal. And by the time you get it, it is $600.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I saw you post earlier this week, about people just being kind to those who, have made the decision to go back to work and, people coming into your establishment. Hey Cheryl, my sister down in Georgia, I see you. She says, wow, yeah. And like I said, we don't know another person's circumstances. So really it behooves us to just pray for people that are having to, or even people like my sis Cheryl that lives in Georgia, she's an essential worker, or my friend Brandy, these healthcare workers have had to continue to work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when I saw your Be Kind post, I was like, let me ask her how it's going. So, um, thank you guys for joining in. If you are just coming in, you can say hello to Encourage Q. I want to talk about I from knowing you over the years, you have and I don't know if anyone has ever told you this, but you have a relentless determination in a good way. Um, like I said, I met you through Zumba, and I remember at the time you and Joe were still dating. Then on to engagement and marriage, and during this course, Shanka's on. She says, "Q." She's speaking.
Hi. Shanka's my best friend since the 6th grade.
Hi, Shanka. I remember when you decided you were going to do the bodybuilding competition. So, we're already working out however many days a week that we were doing Zoom, because we were extreme fanatics back then and had all the time in the world to be able to do it. But then you decided that you were going to do the bodybuilding competition. So, I remember us leaving the gym or you coming to the gym and you had that gallon of water with you, but you set your mind to the fact that you were going to do it. And not only did you do it, you won. And like I was telling you, I remember when you decided you wanted to buy your home. It's like once you set your mind to something, you plot out the course and you get it done. So where does that determination come from? Have you always been like that?
I would say I think so.
Okay.
It's specifically in my adult life, because at one point in my life, I did not have a plan. I was just living paycheck to paycheck. I had a college education. I do have a college degree. I was buying shoes and purses and just living life, no plan whatsoever.
No plan.
And
Just
a couple
having fun.
times got rough a couple times, a car almost getting repossessed and power being turned off and collection call after collection call. And I was like, this can't be life. Like,
this cannot be life. Yes.
This cannot be life. And unfortunately, I did not have very many people to teach me along the way. Typical, most people may not know. So my mom is Black and my dad is Puerto Rican, but I was raised by my Black grandmother in government subsidized housing in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Majority Black neighborhood. I thought I was Black. I am Black. I was like, I thought if you're brown, you're Black. And so of course, growing up that way, you kind of fight your way through. And being in an all Black community, I looked different. So I was the opposite. It was more of my Black friends saying, you got white people hair, or you're going to get lice. That was the big thing back then. I don't know why they thought that.
Because they heard it at home.
Yeah. Or my dad would come and pick me up and they would say, ooh, your white daddy's coming to pick you up. And I would say, he's not white, he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like what people think a Puerto Rican should look like. He has fair skin, green blue eyes. He says he's good looking. So. yeah, he says that. So I think I've just been a fighter from the beginning, always trying to defend. I did have my grandmother. She was the best. She was my mom's mom. She was chocolate as she can be. At this time, like later in life, I realized how young of a grandmother she was.
Really?
My mother had me when she was 16 years old. So my grandmother was young. She was my age. Now that I look back and do the math, I was like, wow, she was 40 years old and she was a grandmother and she had to help take care of me because my mom was going to finish school. So from then on, she pretty much put the fear of God in me that you're not going to have kids. You're going to
Mm.
get an education. You need to travel the world. You need to appreciate that you have two cultures and you need to learn about both of them, embrace both of them. You have the best of both worlds. You can be whatever you want to be. That's what she always would tell me.
Mm.
She even would
That's
literally,
amazing.
I had a pretty gangster grandma. She would drive by like the worst trailer park area and say, if you have any babies, you're going to be living over there with your babies. And of course,
Oh,
I
bless
grew up
it.
during Hurricane Hugo, and all I could think was, oh, the trailer's going to blow away. I had all these
Bless
crazy
it.
thoughts.
Honey,
But
she
it
got the message
worked.
through, right?
It worked. It did. It worked. It, and
Wow.
and I wasn't a teen mom, so I broke that chain.
Yes.
Um, my sisters, none of them have children. We broke it. We didn't
Yes.
continue it.
Good.
So I'm the only one with kids, and I'm the only one married out of my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much kept that same, message to them.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want to.
Yeah. So
So,
your grandmother was very instrumental in the woman that you are
oh,
and the strength you
oh
display.
yeah. She
Yeah,
made
because
sure I was at church, vacation Bible school. I saw someone post about the cookies, those little butter cookies with the hole in it, and your Kool-Aid punch. I was like, oh
yeah,
yeah, I remember those
yeah.
days. I sang on the choir at Mountain Zion Baptist Church in Kings Mountain. I got baptized. I did my Easter speeches.
Yes. Grandma
What
said you doing all of this. You
all
getting
of it.
all of it.
And the funny
Yes.
thing about it though is that she was kind of, you know, she was into church, but she played her cards with her friend. They had spade games at night, and they smoked a reefer back then. They called it reefer or their joints. And I didn't know what that was growing up.
Right.
Now, looking back, I'm like, dang, they smoked all the time. And then we went to church on Sunday.
A
But
lot of us grew up seeing stuff like that. It was part of the culture. It was, yeah. So I understand.
yeah,
I understand what you are talking about. So if you guys are just joining in, my guest tonight is Quisha Owens. She's a wife, a mother, business owner, and she is a bonus mom. So if you're just coming in, please say hey. Let you know that she's doing an amazing job, that you're loving her, sharing her story, just to encourage her and thank her for being here. So getting married and becoming a bonus mom. So like I said, when I met you, you guys were dating. I remember the engagement, um, all
yeah.
the gorgeous pictures and everything. And you marry and become a bonus mom. And I know that experience is different for everybody. So how has your experience been? Because you guys, well, it'll be 7 years in October, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Woo,
Look,
time
I remember
flies.
because I was like, yeah, I remember the cruise. So I had to date it back. So you have a lot of people
Yeah.
coming in and saying hello. Kimberly Jordan Morgan says hello. Dr.
Hi.
Ann Shahar says hello. Thank you, Kim. Um, so yeah, let's talk about it. I hear the bonus mom story. So how has your experience been, and what's your wisdom in that area?
Well, being a bonus mom has pros and cons. For the most part, my bonus kids, they're my kids too. I love them just like they're mine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been pretty lucky. My bonus kids have been respectful to me, loving to me. During my Zumba time, I had my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, I had his daughter Brooklyn all the time, so much so
Mm-hmm.
that people thought she was my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom was just working a lot and trusted me with her.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much learned to use me as an ally too. So
Mhm.
it's not for the faint at heart. I
Mm.
will say it's not all peaches and cream.
Right, right.
You definitely have to know what you're getting into when you
Mhm.
start dating. From the get
Mm.
go, before you even get married, you should
Mhm.
know what's happening. You should know what type of father he is, what type of financial support is he providing.
Mhm.
Um, my husband is definitely a provider from the
Mhm.
get go. From the first day I met him, he told me he was a dad. I was like, I don't date people with kids. We can be friends.
Wow.
And look where I am now.
Yes.
But it's not that you can't do it. Everyone has to be on the same page.
Mm.
Everyone has to show respect for each other. You have to understand that it's not about you, it's about those kids.
Mhm.
Those kids didn't ask to be in that situation.
Mhm.
It was all the adults making those decisions.
Mhm.
So treat the kids like they should be treated, to be just loved and cared for.
Mhm.
There's going to be times where everybody doesn't agree. Hey,
Mhm.
and there'll be times as like a bonus mom, my voice may not be heard all the time,
Mhm.
or it may be that my husband has to talk to those moms, and it may not always involve me because I'm not available, I'm busy.
Mhm.
So you have to have an understanding, you have to
Right.
trust each other, trust,
Yeah.
trust, trust. You
Yes.
have to be able to have a plan,
Mhm.
because if not, it can get rocky.
Mm.
And
Mm.
in my case, most, I don't know if people know, but it sounds crazy when I say it, but my husband has 3 children with 3 different women.
Mhm.
So I had to deal with a lot of personalities, a lot of different parenting styles,
Mhm.
a lot of needs.
Mhm.
Um, but at the end of the day, if those kids needed anything, they were going to get it, within
Mhm.
reason.
Mhm.
And I'm very thankful that Brooklyn was most of the one I was closest to, because she was the one that her mom allowed it to happen. At first, at the beginning, yeah, it wasn't. She was like, no. And I
Mhm.
was like, well, I can't be around you if I can't meet the mom. How can I be around this child? The mom doesn't
Right.
approve. I had a hard time with that because I
Mhm.
was a stepchild too. I had a
Mm.
stepdad and a stepmom. So I knew.
Mhm. Mm.
But, once Brooklyn's mom and I figured it out,
Mhm.
to this day, I remember her telling me, I feel confident that if anything ever happened to me, you would take care of my daughter.
Mm. That's
And when she
amazing.
told me that, I was like, whew,
Yeah.
And a lot of times she calls me. A lot of times she includes me on the text messages. Our daughters get ready to graduate from high school. So I've been in
Yeah.
her life since she was nearly 4 years old.
Wow.
So that's a lot of joint birthday parties, a lot of joint Christmas, a lot of joint everything.
Yes.
And
Yes.
people think, you only have to deal with that mom until the child's 18. No, this is lifetime. So if you can't deal with that woman while you're dating,
Teach
and she
now.
and she might be the wife, or you can't deal with this woman, helping take care of your child, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I believe any woman, a real woman, will
Mhm.
take care of that child, will respect that mother.
Mhm.
I have another daughter that came into our lives. A lot of people didn't know. So my
Yeah, I
husband and I
remember.
dated. Yeah, we dated for a long time, and we had a breakup. And during that breakup, he fathered a child that we kind of didn't know about for a while. Don't know why women do that, but okay. But when we did, it was a moment, and by then we had healed. We had been to counseling. We had gotten help,
Mm.
but we had prayed. We had been, you know, to church, everything you can imagine. But that was different.
That
So
came in the middle. So you guys were on the end of healing, you guys just getting back together and moving forward and deciding, okay, we're gonna do this. And then comes another thing.
and well, bam. Are you the daddy? So yes, that happened. I know I have a Lifetime. I probably should have been a Lifetime Movie Network, a Snapped episode. Yeah, 2020 episode, all of that. I
So
could have had all of that.
so talk us through that, because there's a lot of women online, and if you guys have shared the video, if you haven't shared, please do so. But when you get an emotional blow like that, I thought we were almost to the finish line, quote unquote, and now something, even though it's not current, it's a new introduction into your healing process.
Yes.
How did you guys navigate that?
Counseling. I don't know why people are so afraid to go to counseling. I did individual counseling because I needed to heal myself as well. We would not have been in that situation if it wasn't for my doubt, my not trusting him, me being like over the top frantic. It was just carrying a lot of hurt from one relationship to the next.
Okay.
And I treated him like a child, and he shouldn't have been treated that way. So pretty much, I know women don't think that they can push a man away, but he told me later, he said, you pushed me away every time you didn't trust me. Every time you doubted me, you just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And he said, I wasn't looking for anybody else. So when we decided to get back together, that was tough, but I had this ridiculous list of things I wanted him to do to kind of prove himself. But the biggest thing he did was he got support from my family and my friends.
Okay.
They were like, he loves you. Give him another chance. And I was like, I knew that there could potentially be a child. I was like, he already got 2 kids. I want to do this. I went so far as getting my massage license in North Carolina. I went and looked at a studio apartment in Uptown Charlotte. I was ready. I was ready to start a new life. But Joe told me, he was like, I made a mistake. I want to do whatever it takes. And he has a good heart. He's a great man. Yes, he did make some mistakes in life, as all of us have. I'm pretty sure if we dug in my closet, there's some stuff. But the most important thing is that he was willing to do what it took. And the counseling was tremendous. I recommend it for everyone. Even if you're just dating and you think you might want to get married, you better go to counseling. Because, and at that point, I was in my 30s. So I had lived life long enough. And so now, I was living on my own, had my own little apartment, had my Zumba girls.
Yes.
We had club time.
And you had cash money at the time, right?
I had cash. I never forget, Tammy, you coming to my house and nearly jumping on my couch.
See, people don't believe my animal stories, but you are a witness. I can't help it. It's just something in me, and honey, you are a witness.
Ever seen it? She jumped. Tammy almost jumped on the back of my couch, screaming. Now, Cash was a toy poodle. He weighed less than 5 pounds soaking wet. He wore little sweaters and booties. He was so cute. She jumped like on the couch.
My story is always, my life was in danger. So
you would have thought it was a pit bull. I never forget that. I was like, oh, she's afraid of dogs. Okay, I'll put him away.
I try to tell people, but people do not believe it until they see it. But yes, I remember Cash. Yes,
Cash had a big bark, but he would just lick you to death. I trained him not to lick my face, but he would lick anybody else. He was my roommate. He replaced my boyfriend, which was my husband now. My husband was like, "You got a dog?" I mean, we were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. He's like, you got a dog? I was like, yeah. I was like, he's my new roommate.
Right.
I mean, I really needed that time. However,
Mm-hmm.
that was the first time in life I lived by myself. I had always had a
Mm-hmm.
roommate. I lived by
Wow.
myself. I had my own car. I was working 3 jobs because that's what I did. I worked all the time. I had my Zumba family, which the connection I had with those ladies was tremendous. They saw me go
Yes.
through so much. They saw me go from, being in a relationship, coming off of the breakup. I probably was pretty psycho at that time and crazy, to getting back
That's probably why
together.
you started class off with doggone Soldier Boy. You was trying to
Soldier Boy feeling, oh.
like, what
Yeah.
in the world is going on?
Zumba was my way to get it out. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I did worry about people like during this pandemic that said the gym was important for their health, their well-being. And I definitely can understand that. I understand what that means to some people, because if it wasn't for some of you ladies, I wouldn't have made it. I definitely would have been a
Mm-hmm.
snapped episode on the news. But I had a few ladies talking me down, telling me, no ma'am, you will
Yeah.
not go and
Yeah.
act a fool. You will not show up at another woman's house. You are
Yeah.
not going to go out there and ruin your life for a man. I was
Yes.
like, oh,
And that's
okay.
been a consistent message through these interviews every week. Your support system, your tribe, the people that are encouraging you, it's so important.
Yeah.
They can talk you up into some things and talk you down out of some things. So it just
Oh, yes.
depends on who's in your ear. So
I danced
uh,
that out at that time of my life. I'm telling you, everybody
yeah.
knew all kind of Latin music. People that never heard Latin music, they definitely knew some Latin music when they were finished with my class. But I definitely love, some of the people I met. I still talk to a lot of these women,
Mm-hmm.
and I've watched them get married and have babies.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched some sad times with, a few of my um, ladies losing spouses and children.
Mm.
I've watched happy times and sad times, and it was just a blessing. And I still maintain a lot of those friendships, and I'm thankful for
Yes.
them, because Lord knows, whoo,
Yes.
I would have been on WYFF in Fox, Carolina.
So
Zumba
it is.
girl goes crazy.
Yes, but it's beautiful that you and Joe were able to triumph through that situation, like you
We
said, with
did.
counseling and support, and then
He
had an
worked hard too. He
mm-hmm,
wanted to. I
mm-hmm.
I really do feel like a lot of women, we're so strong and we're so dominant that we,
Oh, help us, please.
yes, we are. We
You're
carry
telling
the
the
weight of
truth.
the world on our shoulders. We
You're
do.
telling the truth.
And I really believe if you give some man the opportunity to show you, then they will show you. He had to
Somebody
show me.
better type that. She said, if you give the man the opportunity to show you.
He had to show me. I mean, my husband is not a stranger to church. Actually, he would be the one to get up before me and like,
Mm.
you going to church? I'm going to church. And I used to like get mad at him during that time. There was a couple times I would say, well, why are you going to church and you acting like you're acting, or you got 3 kids out of wedlock, and
Mm.
are you not listening to the preacher? And the funny thing about my husband is that he went to North Greenville. He knows the Bible, which is so funny. Little known fact about my husband: he really knows the Bible. So, and people are surprised by that. I was too, but he had to go to all those Bible classes at North Greenville and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of church at North Greenville. But I would get mad and I would test him and I would say, why are we going to church when you're not doing what you're supposed to do? But for him, he told me he had to go to church because he didn't feel right. He felt like bad things happened to him when he didn't go to church. He felt like he needed to go to church and hear a good word. He said, when you hear a good word, you leave feeling better. He said, then I have a great week. He said, anytime I miss church, bad things happen during the week, you know. And he's like, I just need to be in there and here to work. So a lot of times he pushed me and pulled me to church, and he still does. He still does. I'm getting better. But he did do the work. He really did. And we had, you know, it's still not perfect. There's been some times where I'm hard-headed. He had to tell me, you know, one time he said, I feel like I am number 6 on your list. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? He said, well, you got your Zumba 6 days a week. I was obsessed with bodybuilding and training and dieting. It was like crazy. I just had a baby. So I had my son. And I went right back to working out because I had the body thing. You know, I thought I had to have the 6-pack. But I haven't seen it since. Okay. You know, but he did. He told me, he said, I feel like I'm not your priority. So that's rough to hear your husband say.
Yeah.
So but that came from counseling.
Yeah, that he was able to express that. Now, when he did express that, was it an immediate adjustment for you? Did you have to chew on it? Did you have to pray about it? Were you mad and he didn't get no dinner that night?
Initially I was like, really? You really think you are? I will admit I did doubt him for a second. I was like, what do you mean? I'm here. I married you. I accepted all your faults. I treat your kids like they're my kids. I love them. Even the third child, which was a difficult situation where it was like, what do you mean you had a baby by somebody that you barely know? What are you talking about? Like, how do 2 adults in their 30s get pregnant? Like, I'm like, the technology is there. I'm like, I was 30 and I was like, I've managed to not get pregnant and I knew how not to get pregnant. Why are people getting pregnant? I'm one of those people that was like, there's ways to prevent.
You was driving it home.
I didn't understand that for the life of me. I didn't understand that. But I will give it to him. And a couple times I did have to go back to counseling. I did have to pray. You know, fortunately, my best friend Shanka that tuned in, she and I were going through almost similar situations. She was in Chicago. I was here in South Carolina. We just couldn't believe how much our lives were being paralleled. Like the things that we were going through. And we're like, man, is it really like this? What is marriage really about? There's no book. I think getting married older is harder. I want to say that.
Okay.
Because I got married when I was 33. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you mean you want me to ask you about spending money? Like, what? Or what do you mean that we got to talk about it? Like, I've been doing this all my life, you know? Like, huh? But yeah, I definitely had to learn to, and I'm still learning. Still learning. But when he told me that, it took me a while, and I'm still working on some things, but I gave up Zumba. I did.
We know. Honey, we know.
I started my business, and it was a lot of work. I was teaching classes. I had a baby. He was number 6 on he probably had been number 10 at that point, because I was like going to sleep, starting my business, working 3 jobs, having the baby. Yeah, he was right. He absolutely was right.
Yeah.
So that was tough. But and then I had to take myself back to counseling by myself, because I was like, I need a little bit of help by myself, and understanding that I was good at everything outside the home. Like, I was good at Zumba. I was good at work. I was doing pretty good at starting my business. I thought, I was like, oh yeah, I've read, I've researched. I had the plan, like you said. Once I got my mind to something, I do it. But I lacked on the wife side.
Mm.
I was like, I probably got a D. I was an A plus and everything else, and then a D at that time.
But your transparency is helping people because people don't realize where is the off balance happening at, you know? Yeah.
It was tough, and top that off with bonus kids,
Mm.
kids visiting. What do they need? Going to birthday parties, being mad at my husband over something silly, and then having to go smile when the baby mama's there and pretend like we're united front.
Mm.
Like looking at him like I'm gonna kill you and get home. But still smile. I mean, yeah, you do that.
Yes, yes.
But it's just
It's been a journey, but
look at yourself in the mirror and just decide that it's not all that person. I'm the common denominator, so I need to
mm.
work on me, and I still am. My husband definitely deals with a lot with me. Yeah.
Well, and I think you guys definitely have grown in your love walk, which is
Oh,
amazing. It's beautiful to see, and you have some amazing support in here.
yeah.
Shanta
He's
said
my
you're a
best friend.
wonderful
I
wife
love
and
him.
mother.
Oh,
Kim said she loves your honesty. Charlene said she loves your honesty. So a lot of shout outs are coming through. I don't know if my brother's still on here. He was trying
yeah.
to so if you are saying hey, it's a lot of people. I missed some of the comments coming through, but thank you guys for listening in. We're going to be wrapping up soon. So, what I want to do, since Q has returned to work, we are
Yes.
giving away a gift certificate to her business because we're getting ready to segue into talking about that. So, we're going to do the same thing that we did last week. I want you to put in the comments a number between 1 through 50. You can only enter it in one time, and you have to share the video. When we conclude, I'm going to get the number from Q because she can't see the comments right now, so she can't try to, help somebody that is trying to win. So if you want to win a gift certificate to My Massage LLC, and I have had a massage from Q, she is amazing. So if you want to visit her studio, if you're local to the Greenville area, put a number between 1 through 50 in the comments, and also share the video. And even if you're not local, if I know some of you are from the area but may not live here anymore, if you come back in and Q may have to spray you down at the door because of COVID, and I don't blame her, but we will contact you. I will contact you later this evening and let you know if you are the winner. So number 1 through 50 in the comments, share the video, and you will win a gift certificate to My Massage. So as we get ready to head towards the ending and wrapping up, I declare I'll be trying to keep these things short, but it just don't happen. I'm sorry. Because when I met you, like I said, we met through Zumba, and then you were working at Massage Envy, and
I
then you
was.
launched into your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you were at the time off Pelham Road at a dentist office, well, in a place
Mm-hmm.
above a dentist office, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you expanded. So in again that determination, because this has all been within like a 5 to 7 year time span. You
Yeah.
started your own business and have since expanded your business where now you are in a building that you actually have tenants leasing from you. So talk about that process a little bit, like who helped guide you through the steps and process to get to where you are, and what is your determination to keep going and push for the next thing.
Well, I would say it definitely was not in my plan to branch out on my own.
Okay.
It took a kick in the butt where you start to feel like with your where you're working, you're not appreciated. No one is understanding what you bring to the service. You're just like no one seems to care.
Mm.
Corporate world. and it took a very bad meeting where I stood up and I was speaking for the group. I was the group spokesperson. And unfortunately, I was crushed like a little bug in front of people. And I stood there very stoically. I did not go in flip mode. I was in my brain. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I know Jesus now. Because the old me would have said a couple words, did a couple fingers, and stomped my way right out of there. But I stood there in my mind and I'm thinking, I just won Therapist of the Year. Why are they treating me like this? I am one of the top female booked, like top people request to book me. I was booked out for months. No one ever remembered me talking about massage if you think about it. Because I didn't have any room in my schedule.
Right.
The next day after that meeting, well, that night, people were texting me. They were like, Q, you were so nice. Oh my God, I can't believe they treated you like that. You did so good at standing there. Thank you for speaking with us. Thank you for speaking for us. And thank you for, standing there and taking what you took. And for so many people to call me that night, I was like, okay, it's time to go. I had already had a few colleagues that had branched out and they were like, Q, come on, you can do it. And I was like, no, I just had a baby. We got our house. I need guaranteed income. I don't have any money to do that. They were like, Q, you don't need that much money. You can do it. You can do it. And a couple of my clients that are still my clients today, they were like, you can do this. You will be fine. You would do well. I had one client, Miss Catherine. She was very instrumental in making me believe that I could do it. I had a couple people that say, wherever you go, I'll go and I'll support you. Very next day, after I got off of work, I started making some calls, getting on to look for a place to rent. And I was directed to Dr. Greg Ayers that owns Program Dental. And one of my clients was renting from him at the bottom. So I didn't know who owned the building. And I thought, I'll go talk to him and tell him. So I went in there. He wasn't there. And I left a message and he called me back and he said, Q, I don't own the building, but Greg Ayers does. He's a wonderful guy. You should talk to him. And I was like, oh, I don't know. He's probably not going to give me a chance. And upstairs in that building, if you don't know where it is, it's off of Pelham Road. It's behind what used to be the Hardee's, across the street from the Chick-fil-A at Pelham at 85. Beautiful building, but it has a whole upstairs that you can't really tell from the outside. And I went and talked to Dr. Greg Ayers, and he went up and he showed me the rooms, and I'm looking. I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. I probably can't afford this. And he looked me right in the face, and he said, I was there where you are a long time ago, and someone helped me, so I'm going to help you. Tell me what you can and cannot pay.
Do y'all hear that?
Huh?
Now I'm talking to the audience. Do y'all hear that? He said, tell me what you can and cannot pay.
What you can and cannot pay. So I said, well, Dr. Ayers, if I don't have a single client come in and I have to pay out of pocket, I could pay this amount. And he said, okay. He said, when you want to move in? And I said, huh? He said, when do you want to move in? I said, do you need a deposit? He said, you don't have a deposit. I said, no, I have a little bit of money. He said, use that to get what you need. And he said, I'll have a key ready for you tomorrow.
That's amazing.
There was no turning back at that point.
That was amazing.
He said, yeah, I have a key ready for you tomorrow. I couldn't believe it. I called my husband. I was screaming on the phone. I was like, he gave me a chance. He gave me a chance. He's like, how much is it? I said, I told him how much I could pay. He said, he took it? I said, yeah. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. I always tell people, I had $1,200. That's all I had saved up. And I took $1,200, and a few of my clients that knew at that time were just giving me good tips. They were like, take it, take it, take it. And a lot of, going to church and praying. I'm like, oh God, I know I haven't been a good steward. Are you listening to me? Because I need some help. I need some signs. Is this the right thing to do? I mean, I was like, I've been a bad person sometimes. But
Just having that
everything
honest
just,
conversation with him. He already
yes,
knows. That's right. Yes.
yes. You know, and it's so funny because my best friend, her daddy was a preacher. So, it's like I was grown up going to church with them all the time. And her mom was the first lady, packing up all those church hats and shoes. And it was crazy. I knew that life. I listened to the word. I was like, oh, but I haven't been good lately. I'm like, I've been slacking on my tithing.
But his
I've been
love
doing
is
what I want to
everlasting.
do.
That's a beautiful thing. He's right where we
He
need him to be
did.
when we need him.
So, at that point, everything went, pretty good. And I opened, and I gave myself 6 months to phase out of where I was, and I was out in 3.
Mm.
I started learning from. I actually touched base with another massage therapist that I went and interviewed her when I was in massage school on
Mm-hmm.
your wear. And I can remember her telling me when I went to interview her when I was in massage school, she
Mm-hmm.
said, just make sure you have all your priorities in order. Make sure you do everything like you're supposed to do. I went and talked to several other business owners that were in massage. I sought out Black owned, brown owned women massage therapists because I didn't realize how many we were out there. I was like, what?
Mm.
Yeah. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, we got some business owners, and I did get a lot of help and motivation from them.
Mm-hmm.
I saw my friend Amanda Wilson had her own salon. She had one of the first Black beauty salons on Woodruff Road. If you think about
Yeah.
Woodruff Road, there's
Yeah.
only Black owned salons.
Yeah.
Um, and she lost her first husband in the war, and I'm like, if she can do it,
Mm.
having lost her husband,
Mm-hmm.
there's no excuses. So I
Yeah.
learned from a lot of those ladies, and they may not know how much they influenced me and helped
Mm.
me and motivated me, but they did. I watched them, kind of like from
Right.
the sidelines, like, wow, she's doing her thing. So, fast forward, I surrounded myself with other women that came out. I kind of mentored them to get their own business. So we all have been working together. Crystal Ingram and Alicia have been like my sisters in business. They've been there by my side. They were there for me through this transition. I can remember I had just had Parker, so I just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Ayers' business was booming. He was buying dentist office left and right. And he started moving his people upstairs with me and us. It was 3 massage therapists at that point. I had got them rooms from Dr. Ayers too.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was on maternity leave, Crystal was like, Q, you're not going to be happy when you come back. We're going to need a new place. And I was like, okay. I had been already looking for a few years. So I don't know if people understand how long it actually takes to find a business that fits for massage therapy. Like, we needed to have a certain size room. It had to have great ventilation. It needed to
Mm-hmm.
be a air duct in each room, bathrooms. It was just so much. And literally
Mm-hmm.
for a year, I went and looked and looked and looked. And you wouldn't believe how much stuff costs in Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of people don't know. Like, if you see like a storefront, most of those will make you sign a 5 to 10 year lease.
Wow.
Most of them have a triple net, which most people didn't know what a triple net was. I didn't know what a triple net was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or cam fees. I didn't know what cam fees were. I was like, what's a cam fee?
Mm-hmm.
Those are things you need to know,
Right.
and just getting help. My father was instrumental in helping me. And my husband was like, I already know once you start, I can't stop you. Just learning and how to negotiate and listening to some of my clients. Fortunately for me, I have a few clients that are successful and they got great businesses and they
Mm-hmm.
share it with me. They tell me, I'm like, their kids don't want to listen. I'm like, well, I'll be your kid. I'll listen. Tell me what you want.
Right. Tell me,
all the
tell me what you
secrets.
need me to know.
Yeah. So, just learning to negotiate. So I found this building on Feaster and I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay. I looked at the pricing. I looked at the cam fees, which cam fees are, they'll have a price per square footage that you may pay or a rent.
Mhm.
So let's say, for example, your rent is $500 a month, and they may say the cam fee is $350 a month because that's going to cover their taxes, the maintenance, the grass cutting,
Mm,
whatever. And you're
okay.
like, how much? How much?
Wow. Okay. I
Does
didn't
that
know
cost them?
that.
I'll cut the grass for free. Oh, but that's where they get you. Ooh,
Mm,
when you're searching for leases, that's where they get you.
mm,
So, just getting a lot of people around you and having people that will teach you things and ask people. If you
yeah.
know a successful person, ask them. They love to tell you. I was
Yes. Ask
surprised at how many,
questions. Ask
yes,
questions.
I was
Yes.
shocked at how many of my clients was like, okay, you got a pencil? I was like, I'm ready. And just the wealth that they poured into me and telling me things and how to do things, I was shocked. You know, I realized when I started applying for my small business administration certification as a minority owned women business
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't have net worth, so to speak, or wealth or
Mm-hmm.
properties. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean properties? I have a house,
Right.
and I was like, what am I leaving for my kids? What am I leaving? What am I showing them?
Mm-hmm.
So I got this building. I surrounded myself with wonderful tenants. I have the best tenants. I call them my colleagues because that's what they are. I
Mm-hmm.
have Alicia that has A plus massage. I have Crystal that has Renew therapeutic massage. I have Leanne that we all work together. Leanne actually went to massage school with me, so that
Mm-hmm.
that tells you how far back we go.
Yeah.
She's love local therapy. I have Tanya that has blushed, waxing, and makeup studio. And I pretty much pushed that girl into her lease. I was like, the time is now, Tanya. She'll tell you, she'll say, Q told me it was time. So,
Yeah.
and then I have Patrick Arnold that has body language therapy. And I have a young lady working under me now that just finished massage school. Her name is Shanae. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
helping her build her clientele so that eventually either she can have a suite for me if I have one available, or if I get another building, she can
Mm-hmm.
have a suite for me there. So now the sky's the
Right.
limit now.
Yes.
I was like, so what I have is massage suite, something similar to, or for estheticians and massage therapists, something similar to the salon suites. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
man, I can do this now.
Yes. That is
Yeah.
amazing. So
Yeah.
we have been talking an hour. Can you believe it?
That went fast.
So, if you have not already put a number in, we are giving away a gift certificate to My Massage LLC, which is Q's business. You would be able to
They might
win
not
a
be able to come
service.
to July.
Yeah, you might not be able to book immediately, but if you want an opportunity to win, the um, requirements are for you to put a number 1 through 50 in the comments and to share this video. Um, Q, thank you so much. If you guys have any
Yeah.
encouraging words if you haven't already said it, Q she should be able to go back later and read the comments after the video. So what I like to do, because this platform is to encourage women, and honestly, principles are not gender biased. So if you take on a winning principle, you can win with it regardless of who you got it from. So if you had to leave a final word of inspiration or encouragement, because that is why this platform is here, to encourage other women, regardless of what circumstances you have had as a wife, as a mom, as a business owner, you can still push through and win. So what would be your word of encouragement or advice that you want to leave with our listeners tonight?
Well, I would tell, especially women, I would say don't let fear choke you. Don't let fear hold you down. A lot of times we don't do things because we're afraid. And I was that person, afraid, terrified. I'm not going to make it. I don't want to be a failure. What are people going to think about me? Will people even come and see me? I thought I let that fear hold me back for too many years. And I look back and I'm like, man, I could have been way further ahead had I not had that fear. But it's okay. It's okay to be afraid. Just surround yourself with good women. Don't be afraid to go ask another woman. We don't have it in the massage industry, but I have had other industries tell me that there's always competition and they don't feel like they can go and seek help or guidance from another business owner in that same industry. When I opened the studio, people were like, oh, excuse me, you're going to have other massage therapists there? Do you not feel like they're in competition? And I was like, no, that never dawned on me because we're also different. We all have different strengths and gifts, and we're all different. People that may not like me, I might can say, hey, you need to see my colleague Crystal. She is good at X, Y, and Z. She can help you. I never understood why people would be afraid to share or even tell you little small secrets like how to save money on supplies. And I'm in another group and a girl was like, how do I register my business? I was like, okay, there's some steps you need to take. Here go the first 5 steps. Once you have these 5 steps done, let me know. I told her about the Walker Legacy group. I'm going to be joining that right before the pandemic started. I started networking.
Yeah, that's the last time we saw each other. It was at that Walker.
I was networking. I remember seeing Shayla, and I was like, she has children too. I was like, how in the world are you doing all these networking events? I was like, I don't understand. Like, where are your kids? My husband's a truck driver. He gets home. I don't know what time he get home when he done. But definitely don't be afraid. Reach out to anybody. If you feel like you want to start a business and you don't know what to do, call me. I'll talk to you. I'll get you started. We'll research together. We'll find out what you need to do, who you need to talk to. Pretty much the same once you start a business, and you don't have to have a slew of money. You don't. I was very blessed in finding my business. It was ready. I couldn't believe it. It was just like, thank you, God. I had just had a baby. My husband's like, what are you doing? You just had a baby. I was like, dude, I'm getting this building right here. It's like, I'm getting this building. Yeah. And then I couldn't believe I got it. You know how you get something, you're like, did I just have it?
Yeah, like, oh my God, it's really real.
Yeah. And you too, Miss Tammy, have been so wonderful over the years. All the things you do for the young women going off to college, helping them prepare, having fundraisers. I never forget the little slide guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best party ever.
Yeah.
And now that I see like one of your girls graduating, she's going to law school. What's her name?
Gabby. Yeah, she finished her first year of law school. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I remember when she was a freshman, didn't know how to use bleach. I'd never forget giving them bleach. I was like, Tammy, you think they know how to use bleach? I don't know if they know how to use bleach.
Yes, a lot of that first group have all graduated, and we have another one that graduated this year. So yeah, it's been amazing to see those girls go through the college care program.
Yes.
Some of them that started with us as freshmen. Yeah.
I need to get my daughter Brooklyn signed up because she's getting ready to go off to Winthrop. So my husband's better get ready to have a child in college. I don't know if he's ready.
Yeah,
She's got a
and
boyfriend
we'll
too,
be
so you hear
sharing the
her.
details about that soon. We've kind of been having discussions
Yeah.
because we don't know if, if everyone's going off, so if we need to do the supplies or just do book allowance awards, but we're definitely going to do
Yeah.
something. So news about that will be coming out soon.
So
So
awesome. And then you're like
yeah.
an author. Do you know how many people are authors now?
Q, why you trying to flip this interview on me? This is not now you not
Yeah.
went from being talking about I'm scared, I don't want to do it, and now you gonna interview me.
But I mean, I look at, just like real quick, I know we got to go. I was like, I never thought I would like have friends that wrote book and actually know them. Like, how many friends? I have everybody's book. I do buy them. Yes, I
Yeah,
do
you
buy them.
came to my first book signing.
Yes. I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, you have a book. I've read Charlene's poetry. Oh, that was so good. I could listen to her all the time. It's like Quiet Storm, I could listen to her. And, Shayla has
Yes.
her book. And my best friend
Mhm.
Shanka wrote a book about, oh, that's who you should interview too. She wrote a book about infidelity in a marriage and how they overcame it and how they're just like the bomb couple with prayer.
Mm.
And she does prayer for women in the mornings. I was like, girl, whew, she could have been a snapped episode too. But just all these women that have books is incredible. I never, thought I
Yeah.
would know a real author,
Oh.
I'm very proud of these women that I know, and I love it. I
Yeah.
love networking with them and using social
Yeah.
media to spy on them and see how well they're doing and give them some shout outs. I love it. I do.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I was
So
like, those
it
ladies are awesome.
and you are too. So wasn't this much easier than you anticipated?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and
Only
I
Tammy
you
would get me to talk on live and tell stuff.
yeah, when you
I
posted it,
know.
I was like, oh no, did she only say yes because I asked her?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm honored that you did, but I was like, Q, you are amazing. You have to know that you have something to say
Oh,
that's gonna help some
only
people.
Tammy. I was like, only Tammy will get me like coming back. I think I did like a Zumba party with you, like right after I had a baby or something. And I
Hmm.
was like, I got
Yeah.
a jelly belly. I don't need to be up there shaking my jelly.
Honey, but you still brought it. You still brought it. So, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. You can stay in the broadcast studio. Thank you guys again for joining
Thank
in.
you.
Once I get the number from Q, I will go through the comments to see who the winner is and just verify that you did share the video. Um, and I hope you plan to join us back again next week. I have another amazing guest, and if you are enjoying these Women Who Win segments, thank you just for continuing to show up and sharing these videos. We definitely appreciate you. Q, thank you again so much. Your story is amazing. You are amazing, and thank you for continuing
Thank
to
you.
inspire so many. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hang